TV Review: The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3. This review contains spoilers for The Summer I Turned Pretty. For what could have been just another mediocre teen romance series, watched obsessively and forgotten a week later, it is clear that The Summer I Turned Pretty has made an impact. The first series came out when I was 17, and I immediately started watching it as my TikTok filled with videos about this teen love triangle, featuring Belly Lola tongue torn between two brothers, Conrad Christopher Brini and Jeremiah Gavin Casaleno. I hadn't read the books but was aware they were written by Jenny Han, the author of To All the Boys I've Loved Before, a personal favorite of mine. However, like most people, I went into it not expecting much, maybe just some melodramatic teen drama and cheesy romance. Long story short, I binge-watched the first series in one day, bawling my eyes out in the final episode as Phoebe Bridgers' Funeral soundtracked. And so, as 20-year-old me recently watched the final episode of Series 3 and, admittedly embarrassingly, cried again as Bridgers, Scott Street, played in its final scene, it felt like quite a full-circle moment. Of course, I was not alone in this. The wide-reaching influence and emotional investment in this show has been impossible to miss. While the recent news of a movie sequel being in production has left many of us relieved that it is not quite over yet, just how effectively has the series drawn this chapter of Belly's life to a close, particularly in response to fan pressure? The series begins with a rather jarring 4-year time jump, which finds Belly about to enter her final year of college and quickly engaged to Jeremiah, while Conrad continues his studies to become a doctor. While the long stretch of this wedding arc helped signal the character's entry into adulthood, it also admittedly dragged on after a while. This could also be attributed to the series' new characters, Taylor's mom, Lucinda Kristen Connolly, and Belly's brother Steven's Sean Kaufman co-worker Denise Isabella Briggs arguably diverting from the central plot. While it is important to provide side characters with fully realized conclusions, the storyline following Lucinda's failing salon business felt like it was only included for Taylor's character development, fueling her and Steven's endgame. That being said, Denise was arguably a very strong addition, her dry humor and chemistry with the other characters adding a fresh perspective that I believe was necessary, even if her coupling with Jeremiah in the end felt out of character. This wedding arc, however, did provide the standout episode 5, entitled, Last Dance, told from Conrad's point of view as he grapples with his unrelenting feelings for Belly. During which, he helps her with wedding preparation, while Jeremiah is away, who only interrupts the episode in a now infamous scene where he lectures Belly over the phone about the wedding cake, stressing the importance of raspberry coulis and cacao beans. However, my favorite part of the series was the final 3 episodes, where we get to see Belly finally move to Paris after the wedding is cancelled, and develop on her own, ultimately making her a much more likable character. She makes new friends, makes her own living dubiously vis-a-less, and goes out of her comfort zone by having a short relationship with a boy who isn't the brother of her ex. However, it is the super-length finale that stands out, where Conrad makes a surprise appearance a year into her Paris life. With only limited parts of the episode showing the other characters back home, the episode is dedicated completely to Belly and Conrad's continued chemistry, and the catharsis of them finally getting together, making the series' slow burn worth it. Belly beautifully narrates her realization of feelings, that she is still the same girl she used to be, before she moved to Paris, and even before, the summer she turned pretty. All this time, I wanted to believe I changed but I am still her and despite all her mistakes, I have to believe she is still worthy of love. I still love her. And I still love him. I have brown hair and brown eyes, and I will always love Conrad Fisher. After this, it was her turn to prove her love, and in an epic romantic gesture, she runs after Conrad to the train station after having rejected him one last time, perhaps for old time's sake. In conclusion, I believe Series 3 has offered a positive ending to The Summer I Turned Pretty, returning to some of the romantic giddiness I associate with Series 1, while also providing emotionally complex and succinct endings to these characters we have grown to love and sometimes hate in equal measure. Conrad Fisher voted People's Sexiest Green Flag Fictional Character of 2025. The Summer I Turned Pretty's Conrad Fisher wins People's Readers' Choice's 2025 Sexiest Green Flag Character. In People's annual Sexiest Man Alive Readers' Choice poll, Conrad Fisher, played by Christopher Brini in The Summer I Turned Pretty, has officially been voted 2025's Sexiest Green Flag Fictional Character. The win comes after more than 350,000 fans cast their votes across several categories celebrating the year's most attractive personalities in pop culture. The result seems to have finally settled one of TV's most debated rivalries, Jeremiah vs. Conrad. While Jennifer Lawrence might still root for Jeremiah, People readers were clear. Conrad is the internet's ultimate, green flag, boyfriend. Known for his quiet charm and emotional depth, Conrad's win highlights his enduring popularity among the Summer I Turned Pretty audience. Conrad beat out strong competition, including Eric Manny Jacinto from Freakier Friday, Dr. Robbie Noah Weil from The Pit, and Felix Will Sharp from Too Much. Each character had their share of fans, but the brooding beach boy from Cousins Beach ultimately won hearts and votes. This marks yet another major fan-driven win for The Summer I Turned Pretty, which continues to dominate pop culture discussions ahead of its next season. With his mix of loyalty, vulnerability, and that signature moody stare, Conrad Fisher proves that being emotionally available and respectful never goes out of style. As People gears up to reveal its official Sexiest Man Alive 2025, fans are celebrating their own version of the title, one that honors not just looks but character. And this year, Conrad Fisher stands out as Hollywood's favorite, green flag.